Hey, let's talk, let's discuss this. What on earth will cause a married couple to use machines? Because everything that has to do with flesh, you are finished now. No, I'm rebuking some people. I see two here. Oh, so, see, I never said anything. I'm talking about engineering and people go like this. If you have ever used equipment, why? What happened for you to leave your man, your husband, your wife, and chose to buy in? Wow, I know this. I was in Zimbabwe, one couple came to us and we're sitting here and the lady is complaining that when the man comes home, God is my witness. The man comes home, he said, he calls me. I said, calls you where? He says, to the bedroom. I said, yeah, it's your husband. I said, no, use the whistle. I said, what? Since it's music, let me talk to my people here. I got confused. Whistle. He said, yes, you'll be wearing like an Indian chief. Indian what? Chief. What you hear during counseling. That's why I said I'm no longer doing counseling. What has taken place? Excitement of the person himself is gone because the flesh is experiencing things online in the world that it begins to say, if I have that, that'll be so exciting. Oh yeah. If she comes in the bedroom wearing like a maid, uniform of a maid. Who wants their wife to look like a maid? And you wife, you get excited, you also buy. Watch this. So you have all these things that are happening that the flesh is experiencing so much of. Every time it experiences a higher degree of carnality, it introduces it to the mind. So the mind begins to think, we can do this. We can do this. Now the spirit is shouting, please, let's stop. No, you can't. Why? Because too much of that is now controlling this. Now they are now close. If you feed two dogs differently, one meal per day, one 4 hot meals, one cold snack, if they fight, who wins? The one that is well fed. The reason why everything about you is carnal. You can't change from a certain character you hold. It's not because you can't. It's because you feed too much on the flesh. So now watch this. So nothing ever happens to you. Nothing ever happens to you. If you're an argumentative person, it's because the flesh is telling you to argue. It's never the spirit. That means an argument itself tells me you have a demon that you have not acknowledged. Until you acknowledge there is something wrong with me.
People don't need sex toys in their marriage bed, but I'm going to read something that they sent to me. It's a conversation that they had with one person who said this. When you are more focused on the need for a toy versus your mate, it's not a good thing. You can do away with your mate and just rely on the toy. We tell couples not to get involved in this. The same thing as, applies to can people masturbate outside of, marriage. It's something that is wrong, I believe. And so I think that when it comes to this, when it comes to a sex toy, even though the Bible does not explicitly say anything against it or for it, I think that if it replaces your spouse, or if you can no longer satisfy your spouse that you need a toy now, then you really are already kind of adding some foxes in your vineyard. And you should examine, what's happening really with your heart and what's happening with the quality of your marriage. Because sex is not really, it's really like a revealer of what's happening in your marriage. It's not necessarily a deal breaker, like where it makes your marriage, as much as it reveals if your marriage is doing good or is broken. So on my stance on this, I think the couples should